two classes are now well and truly done. And all we have left is the most powerful class of them all, the street class. And then afterwards, we'll probably get on with the grand finals, depending on what I decide to do next. But anyway, let's get on with the street class. However, we will also need to buy ourselves a new car because we do not have any street class cars yet. So we're going to go and get ourselves one. And after thinking about this with much deliberation, and also with a lot of time to really sit down and think about my options, I think to open this up, we are going to use I think I know which car it is I want to use, but I also want to see the rear of the Scorpion, just to see what that looks like. Okay, not really much. Well, I think I'm going to choose the Sparrowhawk, just because this was the car I spotted first of all, and also because, well, this car to me, it basically answers a lot of my questions. It's got the speed, it's got the acceleration, and it's also got pretty decent strength as well. Not quite as good as the Crusader, but I think I'll use the Sparrowhawk to open this up, because I should have enough money to put on some decent upgrades as well. Of course, I can pretty much do that with any which one of the cars I would have chosen. But anyway, the street class is now go. And before we do anything else, I am going to put on a few upgrades, because that is what I do. Don't need the nitrous just yet. And I'll put on... I'll put on the tuning kit. And just gonna do everything else. So, modified gearbox, clutch and flywheel. And I'll put on... let's put on the Pro exhaust. I have the money for that now. Racing manifold. And for the suspension, we'll go with racing suspension for now. And racing steering, of course. And gonna put on the anti-roll bars as well, because why not? And now, for the tyres and brakes, we'll put on racing tyres, because they're relatively cheap compared to the Pro tyres, and racing brakes as well. And I think last but not least, let's put on weight reduction, and then we'll put on the modified body upgrade, and also the racing chassis. Might as well put on the roll cage as well. I think that should be everything we need from the Sparrowhawk. I don't need too much, but I reckon the upgrades I have on this thing should be enough to get me through the level 1 street events. This car is still pretty fast, so let's see how we go. I'm also pretty sure this is meant to resemble a De Tomaso Pantera. Race with the fastest cars available to see who the best... Sorry, let me rephrase. Race with the fastest cars available to see who's the best in oval arenas. So we got the Street Challenge Cup, Street Twilight Cup, and the Street Rack Club. And then we've got all these. Ending with the Special Street City Cup. Ending with the Special Street City Cup. But before we do any of that, we will begin with the Street Challenge Cup. And we will start at River Bay Circuit 1. A circuit on the outskirts of a large city in a dense forest setting. I have been here before. I think we're doing 3 laps around here this time. Although I didn't notice how many laps it was underneath. But the game will probably tell me. Oh, we're doing 4 laps. Okay, I think that's decent enough. As I immediately get a push from behind by Sophia. Yeah, maybe I should have chosen a truck for this. I would have been more comfortable that way. I think I might have made a mistake by choosing this thing. And Sally is right alongside me. I think she's driving the Road King, if I'm not mistaken. And so far at least, I seem to be doing pretty well on this attempt, at least. That's what seems to be happening for now. Although I think it's only a matter of time before I do get wrecked, because I can definitely see that happening as I get a little bit loose and I hit the outside wall. Sally does try to pass me, but I close the door on her. And Sophia now makes her way through. That did not go down very well, but at least I actually got a good start for once, which is what I wanted. My car's not looking very hot right now, but that's okay, because I am still up front. And making sure that I stay up front. More or less, give or take. I am no longer at the front. And now I am back at the front. As I spin Sophia around. Don't know why I said Sophie. Although I suppose Sophie could be a somewhat appropriate nickname. As I hit a billboard, and Sally was behind me again for a split second, but she has now been passed by Sophia. And this place is a scrap heap. Because of how much debris there is on the racing surface. But either way, we're still running good. And that's what we need to be doing. I just needed to get a good start, and then after that I think I was fine. Okay. Let's see how we do. Shit. It's alright, we're fine. even though I did get passed by Sophia. Come on, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Okay, final lap. It's a battle between myself, Sophia, Jack, and Jason. For now. At least I actually put together a good run, which is what I meant to do. Just gotta stay with her, and maybe I can outsmart her. I'm gonna go for a slam. Oh well. Still got enough of this race to go as she makes a mistake, and now it is suddenly between me and Jack. I think Katie is now also up onto the podium as well. Yeah, she is. It's a battle between me and Jack. The two best drivers, and I have shut the door on Jack, so it looks like it's my race to lose, as I hit some debris in the end, but at the very least, on my third attempt, I managed to win. And Sophia managed to get back past Katie, who clearly set the fastest lap of this race. But anyway, I beat Jack to the line, then Sophia third with Katie fourth. There's the rest of the classification order, rounded off by Sally Taylor. You know what? I think I'm going to move on to the next race to get my replay. I did win the first one, yeah, but we still have another 2 to go. And like pretty much every other car type I have driven in this game, I just gradually get used to them. So 300 credits and no top driver rewards. And this time we can get 1,000 credits if we set a fastest lap. That's pretty cool. So here's the running order in terms of points. 10 points to me, 8 points to Jack, and 8 points to Sophia. And Katie completes the top 4. Let's head to race 2 at City Central 2. Race takes place amongst construction sites, truck terminals, and highways built amid the city. My previous lap record is a 55.6, however, since we're now driving street cars, I would imagine this is where that lap record is gonna get demolished by my next car, is what me thinks. Anyway, one race is down with the Sparrowhawk. We still have another 2 to go. As I already get a blast out on Frank immediately. And now carnage will ensue, as I hit 2 parked cars. Oh shit. Yeah, it was just much easier for me to reset than it was to rejoin. Plus my car was basically on its roof, so yeah, there was no point in trying that. I get a slam on Jason and I force him into the wall. Gotta be careful with the jump here. I scrape the wall, but I do lead lap 1. Just over Jack. Oh, the engine's in the rear of the car, not the front. Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, this car is rear-wheel drive, so... yeah, I think it's understandable to see why the engine is in the rear of the car. As I get a power hit on Katie, and she is driving the Chili Pepper. I think that's one of the weakest cars in the field in terms of strength, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I think I did see something about it being one of the weakest. Alright, final lap. The battle continues between myself and Jack. And that was a complete fail. I think I might get the reward for best wrecker potentially, because of those 2 hits I just put on Katie. I think that is very possible. I went too deep. And it looks like Jason might just beat me here. Unless I do that, then in which case, I will steal the win. Or maybe not. Katie's right behind me, but she's not going to get me. I'd say that's appropriate payback. And I get drilled in the rear by Sophia, and now my car is wrecked. And everything just ensued. So I beat Katie to the line by 1.08 seconds in my Sparrowhawk. Katie was second in her Chili Pepper. Then it was Sophia third in the Canyon. Jason Walker, I think, was in the other Sparrowhawk. He finished P4. Then it was Ray P5, Sally P6. Jack, as a result of him choking whilst in the lead, finished P7. And Frank finishes 8th and last, but he also gets the fastest lap of the race with a 59.12. So we're not quite on lap record pace yet, I don't think. Anyway, there we go. And now my car is completely destroyed by Sophia. She must have really toughened up her game. But yeah, my car is completely destroyed. Anyway, 1400 credits, 3 slams, 2 power hits, 1 blast out, and 1 crash out. Not bad for a payday. And I get the bulldozer reward in that race. So Ray was the best wrecker, as well as the Blastmaster, and as I said before, Frank gets the fastest lap award. Theoretically, if we top all 4 top driver stats, we could potentially win 3,000 credits, if my maths is correct. But anyway, 2 races down. Katie now takes over second over Jack, as a result of him choking in the end of that race. Then Sophia is now up to 3rd. Well, she stays in 3rd. And there's the rest of the order, with Frank at the back. Or should I say, Frank the Tank is at the back. And now we finish at Water Canal 1, neighbourhood of small apartments situated near the canals. Alternative routes take you over rooftops and through narrow tunnels. Is this going to be the sweep, or is it going to be 2 out of 3? I honestly don't care either way, because I pretty much do have a near unassailable lead at this point. I won the first 2 races pretty easily, and I feel like I'm probably going to do the same again, depending on what carnage happens in front of me, for which I can assure you there will be enough, to say the least. And for me, it is so far so good. Just need to make sure I don't finish any lower than 6th, depending on where Katie finishes, and then I should be fine. Although, I don't think she's really going to beat me in this one. At least not as long as I still have a case to argue. For which I can say I do very much have a case to argue still. I went too deep. And there goes Jason. Probably will be 2 out of 3, the way this run is currently going. But that's fine, because I do have a big enough lead at the top. And I get the crash out on Jason. Nice. And I hit a tree and get slammed by Jack. However, Sophia also gets wrecked. I could have got a second crash out if I really wanted to. And so the 2 leaders are closing in on me again. And Katie is running towards the back of the field, so I think she's pretty much out of it. As I set a new fastest lap, and at this stage, it looks like it's pretty much a 2-horse race. And Katie is closing in again, so this battle ain't over yet, as I get 2 slams on Jason. And I think it's fair to say my upgrades are working pretty well at the moment. Just have to hope I can keep them that way. And it doesn't look like it, because shit happened. And on the brakes, I go hard into the wall. Can I still catch her out? Doesn't look like it. Come on, make it, make it, make it! Okay. I led the third lap. And that was just a case of shit happening for me to pull that off. Shit happened to be circumstantial enough for me to retake advantage, and I roll my car over. Probably not too surprising at this point of the race. But I am still in the hunt, and that's what matters. I'm still in the hunt for the win, and I am certainly going to go for it, as I so often do. We've got a really good battle here. And Jack is trying to do the sideswipe on me, and he forces me into the wall. He definitely tried to wreck me there. There's no question over that. However, he is not successful in preventing me from winning. And Katie in the end of that finished P6, as a result of her wrecking late on. Really had to work for it, but I did manage to get it. Sophia second, and Jack third. Then Frank, after being at the back for most of this, manages to finish P4. He gets a top 4 finish. Then Ray's 5th, followed by Katie, Jason, and then Sally is at the back. So let's get a replay, since that is one thing I have not done yet, with my Sparrowhawk Pantera, which I should also mention is the name of the metal band. Not Sparrowhawk, by the way, I refer to Pantera. Even though I don't know any of their songs. But yeah, this card definitely represents a Pantera. I can just tell by its shape and design it's meant to be a Pantera. Which, by the way, yes, is a really cool car, and is also a V8, if I recall correctly. It's basically a 70s supercar, if you're asking. Is what it is. But either way, we are still very much driving like maniacs. Maniacs who care for nothing but winning. And just straight up going fast. Okay, I think that should do it. So there we go. Another clean sweep. And this time we do it to open up the street class. I secure the sweep with my Sparrowhawk. And I score another 700 credits as a result. I got 3 slams and 1 crash out. And no top driver rewards yet. But it doesn't matter because I score the sweep. So these are your final results. Clean sweep to me in the Street Challenge Cup. Then Sophia finishes second after Jack dropped the ball at City Central. Then it was Katie who finished tied for third with Jack, but Jack gets the tiebreaker because Jack had more podiums. Well, podium differential if we're being more specific. Then we had a tie for 5th between Jason and Ray. Jason had the slightly better results than Ray. Then Frank, as a result of him finishing 4th, later finished 7th. And Sally finished last in 2 of 3 races, and her best finish was 6th. So a bonus of 3,900 credits, as I sweeped the Street Challenge Cup. And as a result, I have now unlocked Ring of Fire. That should be interesting. And already we are 10% done with the street class. So, that was the Street Challenge Cup. And next time we will be doing the Street Twilight Cup, coming in the next episode.
You love the